with a fresh approach. www.999wefm.com. WeFM News, online, on demand.
Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Ready, cash again!
Experience the party! Experience the vibes! Experience the road! This carnival season, get the full experience with Ready Cash and pay nothing for 60 days. Take a loan of 3,000 and more for Carnival 2024 and make your first payment after Carnival. Plus, you get to enter and win your loan back. All you need is your ID, proof of address, job letter, payslip, and 2 references. Visit your nearest Courts or Ready Cash location today. Experience Carnival 2024 with Courts Ready Cash. Ready when you are.
Ready, cash again!
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene. On Sunday, June 9th, 2024, a service interruption affected all VinLec customers on mainland St. Vincent. VinLec, in an official release, apologized for any inconvenience the outage may have caused, stating that restoration efforts were initiated immediately and power was successfully restored to the entire island within 2 hours. The company, in their release, recognized that the outages experienced on June 9th and last week, June 2nd, were caused by an insulation failure on VinLec's 33 kV switchgear at the Lomans Bay power plant. VinLec said that despite these challenges, their system's built-in redundancies allowed them to isolate the affected area on the switchgear, ensuring the continuity of island-wide operations. Sunday morning's island-wide outage was specifically triggered by a switching procedure related to internal repairs to a section of the switchgear, VinLec states. They noted that they are currently awaiting parts from their suppliers to complete the other aspects of the repairs. This is the first time VinLec has encountered an insulation failure with one of their switchgears that is unrelated to external factors like floods. VinLec said that switchgears are the backbone of the electrical network and assured all customers that resolving this issue is their top priority. VinLec said its teams continue to work on restoring any lost redundancies, and they are committed to maintaining a stable electricity supply to all customers until the final repairs of the switchgear are completed. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, the RSVGPF, is seeking the help of the public in finding a missing person. Missing is 31-year-old teacher of Diamond, Mr. Glenrick Edwards, who was last seen in Barley. According to a missing notice sent out by the police, Mr. Edwards is 6 feet in height, is dark in complexion, medium built, with brown eyes. Anyone who sees Mr. Glenrick Edwards is asked to call the police emergency numbers 999, 911, or the officer in charge of the Eastern Division at 458-6229. Persons may also make contact with any police station or police officer they are comfortable speaking with. The RSVGPF has given the assurance that all information received would be treated confidentially. Still on the local scene, the lights at the Annesville Stadium, the venue for local ICC T20 matches, will be primarily powered by generators, with the St. Vincent Electricity Services VinLec serving as backup. CEO of VinLec, Dr. Vaughn Lewis, during a call to WeFM's Issue at Hand program, explained the reason for this as he updated listeners on Sunday's nationwide blackout. Dr. Lewis said that the reason it was set up this way is due to the fact that it would be faster to switch from generator-supplied energy to VinLec than the other way around. We hear more from VinLec's CEO.
From what I understand, the generators will be the primary power and VinLec will be the backup power. And my understanding, the reason that is so, it's because it's a faster switch over. So if you're being powered from VINEC and there's an issue on the feeder, it takes the generators a little while to start up. But if you run the system from the generators and the generators have a problem, you can very quickly switch over to VINEC because we are there and we are waiting.
That was the CEO of VINEC, Dr. Vaughn Lewis, speaking on WEFM's Issue at Hand program. Dr. Lewis, during his time on the program, made it clear that this week's power outage as well as last week's outage were in no way connected to the testing of lights at the Annas Vale Stadium. On to news in the region. Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown has announced that LIAT 2020, headquartered in Antigua, has successfully obtained its Air Operator Certificate AOC. However, Prime Minister Brown expressed frustration with the Caribbean Development Bank, the CDB, citing their sluggish response as a significant obstacle in the airline's efforts to resume regional operations. LIAT 2020, a joint venture with Nigeria's Air Peace, had previously secured commitments of nearly US $65 million from Air Peace and US $20 million from the Antigua government. Despite this promising start, Brown revealed during his weekly radio address that the anticipated return to service is being impeded by delays in finalizing the sales agreement with the CDB for the aircraft. Earlier this year, the Antigua and Barbuda government pledged US $12.1 million to an escrow account for the procurement of additional planes currently owned by the CDB. These actions are part of ongoing efforts to launch LIAT 2020 Limited, with the government also extending an offer to purchase the CDB's 3 existing aircraft previously utilized by the regional carrier. In an effort to strengthen ties between Jamaica and its global diaspora, 2 groundbreaking projects are poised to debut at the 10th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference. Set to be unveiled at the Montego Bay Convention Center in St. James on June 19th, the Diaspora Registration Portal DRP and the Jamaica Diaspora Engagement Model JAMDEM mark a significant step forward in fostering collaboration and advancing national progress. Led by Jamaica's Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, the official launch will introduce the DRP, designed to streamline registration processes and establish a comprehensive database of diaspora members. Simultaneously, the JAMDEM initiative will harmonize diaspora contributions with Jamaica's national development agenda. By offering real-time updates on investment prospects, the portal empowers Jamaicans worldwide to actively participate in shaping the future of their homeland. On the international scene, French President Emmanuel Macron has swiftly responded to the significant gains made by Marine Le Pen's national rally in the European Parliament vote by announcing snap parliamentary elections later this month. Exit polls indicate that the far-right party is poised to secure 32% of the vote, more than double the support garnered by President Macron's Renaissance Party. In a televised address, President Macron declared the dissolution of Parliament and outlined the plans for 2 rounds of voting on June 30th and July 7th, strategically timed just weeks before the Paris Olympics. The decision, made shortly after the close of voting and the release of exit polls, follows an appeal from National Rally's 28-year-old leader Jordan Bardella, urging Macron to call for parliamentary elections. Finally, in sports, this is the strongest Scottish team by a country mile, so says former international Kasim Sheikh, with Scotland sitting on top of Group B at the T20 World Cup. The Scots are unbeaten with convincing wins over Namibia and Oman, following a share of the points with England in a game washed out by rain in Barbados. Scotland ends the group campaign against Australia in St. Lucia on Sunday and will go into that match knowing what is needed to progress. England, who lost to Australia, can only match the 5 points Scotland are on, and the defending champions will be expected to make a dent in the net run rate difference when they take on Namibia and Oman. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WEFM's 3 p.m. news. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Quartz St. Vincent Limited.
At Quartz Optical, 2 are better than 1. Be always ready for the occasions with a second pair of eyewear. Find your fit with a pair. Get 50% off on all men's frames and sunglasses, plus 30% off all other purchases. Ray-Ban, Armani, Converse, Vogue, and much more. Get that frame today. Shop with no cash and pay later. Plus, you can book your eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. Only at Quartz Optical.